Today's video is an opportunity to not just change the way you think, but to awaken a power within you that is often dormant in most people, the power of your mind and control over your thoughts. Before we dive into this process, let's do a little mindfulness exercise. Do you remember your last thought before you clicked on this video? Regardless of the answer, Gechi, don't worry, because this video is not meant to be judgmental, but invites us to pay attention to the power of the mind through the lens of Stoicism. We will explore how to master your mind in a world where many struggle with it, and to demonstrate the effectiveness and applicability of Stoicism. Here's an assignment. Choose one Stoic principle that resonates with you most, practice it intensely for 2 weeks, and then share your results in the comments. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not over external events. Realize this, and you will gain power. Ready to learn how to harness this power of the mind that Marcus Aurelius wrote about? Let's dive into the process together and get started. The first is to let go of what others think. Focusing on your mind and letting go of external perception is the fundamental principle of mastering your own mind, which opens us up to a great inner journey. This journey begins with the realization that the only area over which we have complete control is our own mind. This is where our true power lies. We can see the paradox described by Marcus Aurelius, who emphasizes that although we love ourselves more than others, we still often care more about their opinions than our own. This paradox reflects a profound Stoic truth about how we value our own selves but allow other people's opinions to influence us and our self-understanding. Imagine that every criticism or unsolicited opinion about your choices becomes just a barely audible whisper amidst the thunder of your own self-awareness. It is important not to build walls around your ego, but to create an inner garden where your true self can flourish, nourished by your own values and beliefs, uninfluenced by other people's judgments. The story of a young artist who mastered the principles of Stoicism serves as an example of how redirecting attention inward can transform creative expression. When he stopped allowing the fear of criticism to govern his art, his creativity blossomed as an authentic expression of inner peace. This path requires constant vigilance and fighting the desire for outside approval. But it is in this discipline that our true freedom lies. By focusing on our mind, we follow the Stoic principle of focusing on the inner rather than the outer. Mastering one's mind is not simply a rejection of external opinions, but a celebration of one's own capacity for judgment, resilience, and growth. Stoicism in the modern world offers a philosophy that empowers us to move through life with wisdom and strength, building our lives on a foundation of inner confidence and wisdom. Second, cultivate emotional resilience. Lucius Seneca's philosophy of the necessity of trials for perfection, like polishing a gemstone through friction, is the basis for the second lesson on the path to mastery of the mind. Cultivating emotional resilience, like exploring life's difficult path. Navigating the fast-paced world involves encountering the friction and trials that are as inevitable as the sunrise each morning. As you make your way through this never-ending path, you may find yourself drawn into thorny vines of hardship, anxiety, and heartache. However, it is important to realize that these moments are not signs of weakness, but rather an opportunity to develop unwavering resilience. Failures along your path are not just disappointments, but valuable lessons hidden behind momentary defeat. By drawing strength from within, every difficulty can be turned into an opportunity for personal growth. While it may seem difficult, imagine how amazing it would be if you could use these challenges as stepping stones to success. The courage and perseverance that keeps your spirit alive during difficult moments builds your resilience, nurturing emotional resilience. Like forging steel in a fire, requires accepting each challenge as a lesson. The journey of a young entrepreneur who faced serious challenges but didn't let them break him serves as a prime example. He saw each setback as an opportunity for growth and adaptation, growing stronger and seeing his path forward more clearly. Emotional resilience begins with the realization that events in and of themselves do not bring good or bad, but our perception of them determines them. It is important to recognize your strength and wisdom, to reframe challenges in favor of personal growth. Embrace this wisdom, become the master of your mind, and continue your inner journey with wisdom and resilience. As we explore the path to emotional resilience, we see that every challenge, whether personal or professional, presents an opportunity for growth, as Seneca said. A precious stone cannot be polished without friction. Similarly, our improvement as individuals comes through overcoming hardship and adversity. Every failure, every disappointment is a chance to strengthen our inner strength and wisdom. A young entrepreneur facing the collapse of his startup was an example of how we can use every challenge as a lesson on the road to success. Instead of sinking into despair, he found strength and perseverance and continued to move forward, learning from each setback. It is important to realize that developing emotional resilience requires not only accepting adversity as lessons, but actively using it for one's own personal growth. It is a process that involves becoming aware of one's emotions, being able to reframe challenges and accepting them as opportunities for growth. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control external events, but we can control our reactions to them. Cultivating emotional resilience means recognizing this power over ourselves and using it to overcome difficulties with wisdom and resilience. By accepting each challenge as an opportunity for growth, we become masters of our minds and our destiny. Emotional resilience does not mean the absence of emotions or pain, but the ability to recognize them and transform them into strength and wisdom. Like steel tempered by fire, we can become stronger and more resilient through adversity if we learn to see it as an opportunity for growth and development. Thus, building emotional resilience requires not only accepting adversity as an integral part of life, but also actively using it for personal growth and improvement. By overcoming challenges with wisdom and resilience, we become not only stronger, but also able to see every challenge as an opportunity for personal growth and development. Third, use the power of perception. Walking down a familiar path, suddenly your foot slips and you find yourself stumbling. This moment of unexpected chaos in your normally organized day can be more than just a stumble. It can be an unexpected step. This idea is in line with the Stoic wisdom of Epictetus, who noted that it's not the things themselves that bother people, but the gaze they cast upon them. The power of perception manifests itself in how we interpret the world around us through our lens of perception. Perception is our window to the world, the lens through which we see and understand our surroundings. It's easy to forget that we have control over how we perceive the world around us, especially during difficult times or moments of confusion. When life puts us in front of a storm, it doesn't necessarily mean we're drowning. It can be an opportunity to learn how to swim, like an experienced captain in a storm. Direct your mind to perceptions that will empower you rather than defeat you. For example, if your presentation at work didn't go as planned, don't see it as a failure. Instead, view it as a useful lesson that will help you improve your skills and resilience for future endeavors. It's important to realize that it's acceptable to acknowledge challenges and mistakes, but don't let them define your self-esteem or capabilities. It takes patience and practice to truly master this art of perception, as perception is like a muscle. The more you control it, the stronger it becomes. Try to change your negative perceptions into more constructive and stronger ones. Over time, this process will become an integral part of your thinking, contributing to mental mastery. The wisdom is that we choose how we respond to life's challenges and missteps. By recognizing and harnessing the power of our perception, we can turn obstacles into stepping stones to success. This reminds us of the Stoic saying, "A true man reveals himself in difficult times." Embrace each moment of challenge as an opportunity to become the master of your mind and enlightenment. Fourth, live in accordance with nature. Have I ever been in a situation where my inner compass went off course? Yes, of course, like everyone else. I have had to deal with unexpected changes, layoffs, loss of loved ones, job rejections. At times like these, Marcus Aurelius's words, that life is constant change and that change is a natural phenomenon, come to mind. This corresponds to the fourth lesson of the journey, taking possession of your mind. Life thrives on change. Uncertainty and change should not be seen as enemies of peace of mind, but as opportunities for adaptation and growth. When facing the unknown, it is important not to freeze in indecision or let fear cloud our judgment. We need to move forward based on the understanding that change is natural. By aligning our actions with nature's cycles, we can calmly navigate the tumultuous times of life. Just as we don't judge the sky for raining on a sunny day, we can accept and adapt to change by showing resilience and accepting the course by floating with the flow of life. It is important not to try to subjugate the forces of nature or life to suit ourselves, but to learn to flow with them easily and gracefully without losing our own essence. This path requires wisdom and the ability to adapt to change, seeing it as an opportunity for personal growth and development. So, the nature of life is one of constant change, and we can learn to live in harmony with that change by accepting it as part of our journey. Allow yourself to be flexible and open to change, and you will find an extraordinary sense of calm and strength, moving forward with confidence and wisdom, ready for whatever the future may bring. Fifth, practice self-discipline. Reflect on my life's journey. Like many, I've encountered catalysts of distraction that can throw me off track. Moments when I want to watch a soap opera instead of studying, or eat an extra portion of cake on a diet. Seneca, the great Stoic, argued that a man's worth is determined by the nobility of his ambition and the strength of his self-discipline. This combines with a lesson about self-mastery and practicing self-discipline. In order to achieve goals, it is important to realize how much self-discipline protects our aspirations from distractions. It is like a protective shield that preserves our time and energy. Like a skilled gardener caring for a variety of flowers, we must tend to every aspect of our lives with equal attention. How do we develop this mindset? Observe the moments when temptations distract you. Identify them not with judgment, but as a natural part of life. Knowing what distractions distract you makes it easier to create mechanisms to deal with them. Like a gardener, remove each distraction with perseverance. Self-discipline, from overcoming temptations in your personal life to developing mental toughness in your work, is the foundation of mastery of the mind. When the winds of temptation blow against your resolve, remember the words of Epictetus: "No great deed is accomplished suddenly." Practicing self-discipline is an ongoing journey that requires effort and attention. Developing self-discipline requires us to not only recognize our own weaknesses, but also the wisdom to accept them as a challenge for personal growth. The example of the young entrepreneur who saw every failure as a lesson and an opportunity to become more successful illustrates that difficulties can become stepping stones to success, if we accept them as a challenge to improve. Developing emotional resilience requires not only an awareness of one's own strength, but also the wisdom to reframe adversity as an opportunity for personal growth. It is important to see adversity as a chance for development, not just an obstacle. Mastering this skill allows you to become the master of your mind and move forward with wisdom and resilience. Following the Stoic principles of inner focus, by developing emotional resilience, we can overcome challenges and use them as opportunities for personal growth. Every setback, every temptation is a chance for us to become stronger and wiser. Practicing self-discipline and self-mastery will help us not let temptations distract us from our goals and aspirations. Sixth, embrace the present moment. As we watch the sunset, we often get caught up in thoughts of the past and future, missing the beauty of the moment. This human flaw is that we are physically present but mentally absent. Marcus Aurelius advised us not to let the panorama of life depress us, not to get stuck in the troubles of the past or the future. It is important to live in the present, moment by moment, paying attention to each breath, each sensation, being attached to the present moment. By letting go of thoughts of the past and future, we can focus on improving and enjoying the present. Change is inevitable, and time is of the essence. The true power of life is found in realizing the present moment. Enjoy every sunrise, every compliment, every cup of coffee, every conversation. Embrace every bit of the present moment. Embracing the present requires active immersion, celebrating each day without the influence of yesterday's shadows or tomorrow's uncertainty. Live in the here and now. Cultivate a philosophy of the present moment. Master your mind starting with this moment. This is the path to mental fortitude, to realizing that each moment is valuable and unique. By embracing the present, we open ourselves to new opportunities for growth and development. By focusing on the present, we not only improve the quality of life, but also find inner peace and joy. Instead of regretting the past or worrying about the future, let's rejoice in the moment that exists now. Life is full of moments that can bring joy and well-being if we learn to appreciate them. The present moment is the only thing we really have, so let's not lose sight of it by immersing ourselves in it fully. Every moment of life holds lessons and opportunities for growth, and we must be willing to embrace and utilize them. Thus, embracing the present moment not only helps us live more consciously and happily, but also makes our lives more whole and meaningful. Don't let the past or the future steal the beauty and value of the present. Live in the here and now. Appreciate every moment that life gives you. 7. Create or join a community that will support your growth. Imagine a lone hiker climbing the highest cliff against a vast forest backdrop. While the view from the top may be majestic, the lonely path can be eerily quiet and lonely. However, replace the lone hiker with a group of explorers hiking the same trail together, and the challenge suddenly doesn't seem so scary. This is reminiscent of the unapproachable Stoic wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, who noted that people are made for each other. Either teach them better or tolerate them. This is an important lesson in mastering your mind. Community serves as an encouraging foundation, strengthened by shared values and common pursuits. By teaming up with like-minded individuals who share your vision for personal growth, you strengthen the collective power behind every step toward your goals. Inspire and be inspired. Teach and learn. Motivate and be motivated. Therein lies the power of community to uplift. Creating or participating in community fosters mutual growth, enhancing not only your personal development, but also contributing to collective progress. As Seneca instructs us, team up with people who can improve you. By empowering yourself, you help others on their own journey to mental mastery and signaling mutual progress on our shared life journey. Now it's time to think about the Stoic principles we've reviewed. If you've picked one you'd like to focus on, or if you're drawn to the idea of embracing the present moment, tell us about it. Don't forget about our 2-week challenge. We're interested to see how applying Stoic principles can change your life. After you try it for 2 weeks, share your experience with us in the comments. Your participation shows a commitment to self-improvement. Keep working on creating a mindset that you are proud of.